India is home to more than 20,000 startups that are on par with nations across the globe in terms of technological innovation and job creation. The country also has a massive MSME sector that accounts for 31% of India's GDP. The right capital and balance sheet partner are critical for the growth of MSMEs and startups in India, especially fintech startups.
Credit is very important for startups and it's very important for SMEs, but for different reasons. For SMEs, credit is important because SMEs need to function on credit, right? Otherwise, all they have access to is their own equity capital, which, as we all know, is not enough to expand. So SMEs need expansion credit. Fintech startups, on the other hand, what they are trying to solve is how to be the intermediary from capital providers like banks and NBFCs to capital need, the players who need capital, such as the SMEs and the consumer.
This is where the need for a new kind of NBFC which speaks the same language as the tech companies comes in. DMI Finance is one such NBFC that's becoming the backbone of new-age fintech startups and lending partners.
DMI is making credit accessible in an easy manner for startups by basically giving them sandboxes to play with. What DMI does to make this helpful or to make this possible for a fintech startup is we give people API access to sandboxes. And what that means is that our fintech partners get to develop their own product. We don't tell them, unlike a typical bank, we don't tell them that, hey, we'll give you a term loan or we'll give you a line of credit. We tell them that we are willing to be your balance sheet partner. And you decide what it is that your target population needs in terms of balance sheet product. So we started in late 2008 and we came to Delhi and we essentially spent a bunch of time figuring out what we thought worked and what we thought was needed. And we ended up starting with a corporate lending NBFC. Along the way, we also started looking at the consumer sector. But the big challenge to the consumer sector had always been the very, very high barriers to entry relative to the incumbent players. So we stayed away from that for a very long time until effectively India Stack, which is the digital backbone on which the prior government and this government is trying to put India on, India Stack became a game changer for all of us. But what India Stack did was that it short-circuited the need to build out a physical infrastructure like Bajaj or Capital First and allowed us to access our customer base pan-India through a digital interface, which meant that we could do something or at least hope to do something with a fraction of the workforce that the existing players in the space were doing.
DMI was one of our earliest partners in the platform along with DMI, we co-created a lot of the lending products that are available for this market. So it's been a pleasure working with them. They are highly talented set of individuals and we like working with them.
DMI Finance has 38 live partners at the moment with more than 15 partnerships being work in progress.
We are working on a program right now with an OEM, which is world's one of the largest OEM, where we are running a program where it is an IoT-based program, and where if there is a default on the loan, the device will shut down and it will stop any kind of voice or data on it. That is a very, very bespoke relationship. Second such program which I can think of, we are partnering with somebody, a global player. The pilot is at this point in time running and we have not yet got into the production stage. Again, it is funding a device which is linked with an IoT kind of an infrastructure. We will finance it with a program where the end customer will enjoy the benefit till the time he is subscribing to it. The day he feels he doesn't want to subscribe to it, the loan will stop. Or if he involuntarily closes the subscription without informing us, the device will shut down. So these are kind of very bespoke programs we are running with some people.
From being an invisible behind-the-scenes force solving needs across healthcare, student loans, consumption loans and more, DMI Finance has evolved to become an agent of innovation and change. It continues to adopt and innovate emerging technology to the benefit of its partners and end consumers in the foreseeable future.